Fnatic do not manage to cross the finish line on map 1. We do see, though, the French flexing somewhat. Quite a swift victory. In fact, we haven't seen a victory like that with G2 and Fnatic in some time. Typically, double digits, both sides, a bit more of a brawl. This time, they come out with a 16-7. Got myself Adam Freiberg and Chad Birchall hanging out. You got a smile on your face, and you're looking fresh in that hoodie.
Yeah, I've dressed down. You know that I'm just some casual Australian larrikin who, I don't like wearing shirts. No,
man, screw shirts. And, of course, you know, you kind of, I think you're wearing black in mourning, of course, for the Renegades. That's what's happening here.
That's exactly what happened. The Renegades just went down to Cloud9. They're out of the tournament. They're going to hang around and practice and go check out the lovely city of Katowice, which a few of us have been to many times before, but I'm sure they'll have a good time.
Went for 3 maps versus Cloud9. Now, just to fill you in, guys, this is not the match we're analysing. It's just we're doing analysis for 2 streams parallel, and we did just lose another team from Katowice.
Yes, we did. And I think, you know, the fact that they were able to take Inferno is
something.
It's pretty good. Cloud9 are going to be more disappointed than Renegades, I think, in this scenario, going up against the major champions. Talking to the manager while we're watching the game, it's like, this is rough.
That hurts.
It's rough.
It really is. That's the you know, the cutthroat nature of this bracket, right? And that's why these 2 teams, now of course with a lead going into for G2 coming into map 2, are going to be trying every trick in the book to stay in this upper bracket, because as soon as you get to those lowers, there's already a lot of very scary teams down there waiting to send you home.
Absolutely. I mean, what I really like, now we're talking about the system of this tournament, what I really like is you can never go home with losing like 2 BO1s, which has been the previous in the past. So you still, every team has a chance here to get to play a BO3. Talking about this game, I think that Lekro had some amazing rounds there on the CT side, but he didn't really get much help on the CT side. I felt like Fnatic as a team, they didn't really do enough on their CT side. I feel like this is the one map where you really have to actually be active on the map on Cash. You have to push A main, you have to... They did the boost on A couple of times. Maybe you need to push B, maybe do some boosting in mid and stuff like that. When you're CT, usually we say that about like the Ts have to do it, like control the game. But I feel the reverse on Cash. And G2, they just played great. We saw Fnatic try with the B pushing and everything. But they were playing slow. They were like waiting for the pushes and they got the frags, and they just played like a tactically well executed T side.
Yeah, I think the thing is, when the 3 stars that I outlined time and time again, Shox, KennyS, and Apex, can all step up for G2, that's exactly what you need from this team, right? And we saw, you know, when I say step up, it's not like everybody's just getting the frags they need to on the T side. It's those rounds where Kenny's grabbing a 3 frags, entering a bomb site with an AK. It's like, Kenny, that's not your job, but I'm glad you're doing that right now. And, you know, Shox and Apex, we're getting a lot of entry frags. And there's a player on this team that Shox, he's, in my mind, he should be the star. He should be the #1 star, obviously with Kenny as the AWPer, and then you have the main rifle star. And then you look at Apex as that entry frag role. We got a bit of that going into this map, but because this map is very free-flowing, they can all snowball. On the CT sides, especially with KH, Mirage, this kind of stuff, Shox is like a barometer player for me. He's similar to like a Snacks or like a Device. He gets a lot of freedom. And as the in-game leader, to have that freedom, it's kind of fantastic because you don't need to explain how you want the gaps filled on the CT sides. You just stand up and do it yourself.
Right.
The problem with that is, if it doesn't work, and you do see it not working for players like Snacks and Device and even Shox from time to time, the issue is you're now behind the 8 ball. You're trying to play catch up, and then if you want to change back to a normal setup, then you still feel like you're taking an even bigger step back. And these guys are cocky players. They like to get in the face, they like to keep mixing up, and they like to keep making plays. So it's one of those things which, unfortunately, isn't going to work all the time, but when it does, it looks brilliant.
It did look brilliant, and I mean, this is something that I think is such a unique discussion, a unique kind of a player to discuss. I mentioned we have Lekro's performance up on the screen, so I'll just put a pin in that for now, because this is an individual who, Chad, you even said coming into this game, you believe he is the person that you think should be kind of filling somewhat of a star role. He's not a role player, he's not a support player, and he does have the capabilities to kind of grow into becoming a real star for Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, Lekro is one of those players. In my mind, he's still a young player. He's I think 23 or 24, so he's getting there.
When we say young, though, we are also referring to their kind of tenure as a player.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But he has really been like stepping up for Fnatic. Even at the major, he was playing great. Here, the CT side, he was kind of like the only player who got them rounds almost as CT. But yeah, like Lekro, I think even with the pistols, he's carrying them really hard. But yeah, I mean, then coming on over to the T side for Fnatic, I feel like I don't know. G2, they were just on a roll, and you saw the positioning many times read by Shoxy, shutting them down.
And I do want to cover one final topic before you head into Mirage. Yes, we just watched. It was still Counter-Strike. The game was Counter-Strike, but MBK did get a 1v2 with his SG. It's I don't know why, but seeing a slow motion replay of like a post-match when I'm seeing that scoped in slow motion, it's changing the game to an extent, and NBK seems so committed to this. This isn't like...
I like that he's committed to it.
Like, yeah, he's not just done this for one game. He's done this online. He's now done this offline at 2 different events. He's committed to this. He's going to try and make this a thing.
Yeah, because it's only NBK and from time to time Magisk
yeah.
from Australis who does it. So very underrated gun, probably. I think it is. I mean, more people should probably try it out, but it's a gun who needs a lot of practice with, because everyone is used with the AK, right?
Yeah. Was it? I think there's a conversation between myself, was it you, Chad, or Yanko, who were actually saying that if you played the SG as much as you did, you know, say the M4 or the AK, depending on your side, it probably is a better gun in every shape or form, right?
Suppose you get a little scope advantage too.
Scope advantage, bullet damage, bullet accuracy. Sure, it costs a little more. But like, if you actually killed as many bots as you did with the AK as you did the SG, you'd probably be pretty on par.
I don't foresee this being something that shifts the meta and you're going to see five Kriegs or anything like that. But the fact that he can use it and he's actually implementing it and getting the kills that he needs to, if he's confident in it and his teammates don't have an issue with it, keep running it. But I don't think it's going to change the way the game's played by any means. It's not like going to come in and now we're going to see people like crouch walking everywhere with Kriegs like scoped in. It's like, that's not going to, it's just another rifle, right?
It's not like the UMP all over again.
You know who's happy about this though?
Who?
Those bloody Valve devs.
Oh, God,
like, we got them. We got them. They're using all the guns, boys.
Yep.
What is the gun we see the least in this game?
The
nowadays it's probably
Tech
yeah, well, yeah.
Negev
and M249.
It's temporarily had its price reduced, though, guys. Don't forget. It's temporarily had its price reduced to $2,000. Right? Anyway, Mirage is up next. Let's get our heads around that one. We have already just seen G2 have a flamboyant 11-round T-half on map 1. Now they're going to come into Mirage. And, I mean, I'm trying to remember, this was Fnatic's pick, right?
And this is the map that Apex calls on.
This is the map that their in-game leader played so little in his previous teams. He is now given the responsibility to Apex, and it worked. That was what was so crazy. Adam, have you kind of got your head around this concept as a player that someone else is leading for one map?
I mean, in a way, it's weird, right?
Okay.
But still, like, it's really good from Shoxidem to come and say, like, I don't feel comfortable leading on this map. Anyone else want to go? Yeah, Apex, that's sure, you know.
Yeah.
So I think in that sense it's good, and it's maybe, you know, it may be a bit refreshing as well, having someone else calling for you, especially if it's going well, you know, especially for like one map.
For like a placebo or a mindset, if like, well, Apex really bosses Mirage, guys. We've got a sick Mirage now. Yeah, I can see this. I can see it.
But yet again, this is sorry, Chad. Like, I think Fnatic is really comfortable on Mirage. It's a map that I know they are playing super well. They can play fast. They can play slow. They're probably the team who utilizes underground the most. They really like to go like to underground, do the boost for window, do the boost checking catwalk, and making sure they have a connected control, getting one guy into ladder room. Okay. They have a really good like default on the map. So I'm expecting Fnatic to overpower G2 here. Oh, you're expecting us to see Cobble? Yeah. Giving them some love. We have got the CT setups, though, from G2, if you're interested.
So MBK is obviously a bomb side anchor. I got him over there towards B, quite a good defender over there, and Body over towards A. And that means the trio on middle is something very difficult to deal with of Apex, Kenny S, and Shox, right? That is the firepower of the team, all isolated around middle. If you want to take that area, you have to deal with all 3 of them. That's not something that's easy to do. Now, Adam's just highlighted they like to go for those connector plays. Kenny doesn't mind jumping out window and taking those jewels. They definitely don't mind fighting that area. So it's going to be highly contested early. Obviously expect the orb to be moved around a lot. Shox to pick it up when they need it. I just think, you know, the T side of this G2 side, it always looks like they're scrimming, right? And you can say that almost across all of their maps because they have so many playmakers. They obviously have structure. They have defaults. They have, as the French call it, the classique, right? So they're going to run those rounds time and time again. But within that, everybody has the freedom to make plays, and that's exciting Counter-Strike.
Exciting Counter-Strike with some exciting names. It is a star-studded server currently. The likes of JW, Flusher, Crims, Shox, Kenny, Apex, NBK. I mean, these are the old guard mixed with the new, about to play their favorite video game. And this is, of course, to get to the playoffs. The Spodek is calling G2 should they secure this. If not, we'll be seeing Cobble, and we'll be seeing you guys after your casters have guided you through. Let's jump in with them.
He romanticizes it quite well, I suppose, as we get G2 versus Fnatic on Mirage. It is Fnatic's map choice, and they definitely have to respond.
Absolutely, but they've got the work cut out for them. G2 looks so on point today, as to be expected in the group stages, looking for a spot in the playoffs where they normally find themselves a little bit worse aware. Here we go, the Fnatic starting on the T side, 5 sets of armor, no nades, just to note, just 1 decoy for Lekro, that's it. Diffuse kit for Body, he's got the smoke as well, and we'll see what kind of approach that Fnatic are taking. It looks like an A split of sorts, 2 towards A ramp, 1 in the Palace. Golden and JW making their way through the underpass to maybe be greeted by Kenny S here. He'll be waiting in the window, looking towards that connector. Body will find contact first. Remember, no nades at all, so how they get towards the A site is yet to be seen. Kenny S spots one, and it's going to be JW to challenge him, and he might just fend him off here.
Body backs away towards CT. W. Bomb planted has also started to push up toward the Ventus. Lekro first, though, that's going to be tested. Looks away at peculiar time because it's exactly when they're running toward him, but I think he wants to prolong his life in this situation because he knows Connector, based on the calls from his teammates, a bigger threat, and he had no one else to fight towards CT with him, but Golden getting the shot on Shock certainly gives them the position toward jungle. I was going to say the smoke diffuse might have been interesting, but they found Kenny, and JW getting the kill means Fnatic win yet another pistol. Third for them.
Yep, both pistols on Cash, 16-7 scoreline. They do a great job here on Mirage as well. Not a single smoke or flashbang purchase. That's so rare to see on a map like Mirage, and for it to work so well at the very same time. G2 desperately trying to defuse the bomb in the smoke. Nothing picked up with it, and they will be forced buying again. It's quite common for G2 to lose pistols. It's something they do struggle with. They're definitely the better team right now than Fnatic, but pistols could cost them the map. Smoke towards window will land. It's fun to follow that track as Kenny S will have the Deagle, no armor. You can see he takes a lot of damage there through the wall, down to 67. Flush up, smokes the end of the apartments, will Molotov the van or even the bench. Just to kind of feel up the bomb site, see what's going on as his teammates make their way back towards the A ramp. Maybe another A split coming in here as Flush up will fall back from B, jump towards the underpass right now. Or even goes towards T-Spawn, maybe he'll patrol middle with Lekro. It's Apex and Body. One of which are in the palace area. There he is. Might get behind one of those pillars. He's got a chance to at least get one here. We'll see if that works out for him. And he'll be going down. I say that, though. What great work that is by the CZ. A pistol that's quite controversial right now. The amount of power it beholds. Takes down the bomb, and he's still alive.
Finger of God is what it is. JW takes out Body in return, though. CZ can't find a second kill, and JW with that opens up the opportunity for Golden to walk in from A main. He finds two. Watch inside of middle. MEK with a Deagle. It's gotten Golden back. I thought he might get something for his troubles in mid, but it's Shox that wants to capitalize on all of their attention, looking that direction. Good shot onto Flusha, but it's still Fnatic in control. Two players only left alive, though, so good job by G2 to force out some reinvestment.
Oh, yes.
They'll get the AKs back in their hands, at least.
They will. 3 kills coming in, not the end of the world for G2, but yeah, pistol is a bit of a problem for them right now. Here's a little tidbit for you. After winning their first 5 games on Mirage, they've lost 6 of the last 7. There we go. Apparently not a very strong map for them at all recently.
Well, there you have it. Brought to you by Henry G.
Yeah, we've had lots of those little nuggets of information recently. They've all been quite interesting. MBK with the Zeus, that's pretty much all they've got to work with here. As he'll be towards short, and it should be a very easy round. Crimson Gold are just going to rush in towards B with Mac 10s, I'd assume. Indeed they are. They'll show their hand towards the B site. Work out if there's any stacks here, trying to get a grasp on the numbers. And their teammates, after making their way towards A, will just be pushing towards the city spawn area. Shox will find one. He'll do some damage, but unfortunately with default pistol won't get much more than that. Good grenade conversion from Flush Up. 5 versus 2. 5 versus 2.
I get love when that happens.
Yeah.
It happens quite frequently. Bomb is planted, as you can see at the top of our screen. Golden. Not aware. Okay, he is. That MBK was there, trying to get him with a Zeus. Unfortunately, the sound of a lightning bolt firing into the thin air was cue for Golden to turn back around and get the kill. It does exactly that. 3-0 Fnatic. They've had this start before. We'll see if they can actually convert further rounds on top of it this time by.
Yeah, well, luckily G2 keep forcing in that second round. Sunner and I had an interesting conversation yesterday regarding the likes of Astralis and Liquid. They're not force buying at all in the second round on the T side or CT side. So that was quite cool just to follow that. G2 still with the old philosophy of just force buying every chance that it gets and limiting themselves in these sort of rounds. You can see no diffuse kit, no incendiaries, 3 smokes. That's about it. It's such a difficult round for them. But Kenny S wants to take a little bit of flame damage here and push past it. Looking towards those mid boxes. Bit of a bonus round of sorts for Fnatic with 2 Mac 10s coming into the fray. Kenny S not going to have a chance to pull the trigger. JW certainly will. Takes down Body. That was in the apartments once again. He goes down to 14 HP, but still alive and kicking and giving them the man advantage.
gets the good shot with the M4.
Oof, could have been dicey though. Luckily he had the helmet to work with.
Apex, 5 HP.
Yeah, this is still
Wins out the duel.
viable for sure. They go towards B, and that's where Shoxy is alone. They're going to be coming in quite fast and making a lot of noise. Here comes the flashbangs, and they'll drop a smoke just to funnel them towards the site itself.
Takes out one of the angles, but Shox is on 55 HP. Thankfully, they've got a rotation from Kenny as well. Good hold from Apex to just watch the vent, cover off any rotations that gets behind them. 5 HP, as we mentioned, for him means he pretty much has to win his exchange, so he's positioned accordingly.
Seems to know the Lekro will be coming from the vent itself. 35 seconds now. What have they got to work with here? JW, remember, he's the low HP player, trying to show his hand a bit, but not quite with him yet.
I would have said if they found Shox early enough. As you can see, the slight exchange toward mid. They could have easily isolated B site. Apex is aware that they're rotating back toward A, and Lekro outplays him at turn with the vent because he wants the rotations to go back his direction. It works out perfectly. NBK is still toward A, though, and is aware of the rotation. Bomb's already gotten by, so it'll be planted by Golden. As NBK sits, it's Kenny S that gets aggressive. This shot on the AWP, not common. And Fnatic, looking to take their 4th round, have just Shox to worry about. And in doing so, would find one of only 2 gun rounds that they've gotten in this entire series.
Well, no kit for Shoxy. And no chance, by the look of things. They're not giving him anything to work with there. He will be taken now by Golden. He finds his 3rd kill of the round. Well recovered there by Fnatic. Looking good now on the T side of Mirage. 4-0, guaranteed eco for G2. We move on to Cobblestone if required. Fnatic certainly making a good case for it so far. Crim's asking for the HP of Apex there. He was down to 15, allegedly. I think he was absolutely not even fibbing about him. And default pistols so far. Deagle's coming out for G2 now. 5-7 for Apex to come for 2 sets of Kevlar. Maximum loss bonus into the next round as Shox and Body go towards the A round. They will be challenged by Crims. Exchange coming in the next few seconds. Shoxy is certainly going to go down here. There's double kill potential here. Spray control just about on point there. 3 kills for Fnatic. And NBK and Apex left in a pretty impossible situation now. Even more so as Apex left alone. Good round by Fnatic. Nice and clean.
Apex with the 5-7 with the gap, and the smoke tries to spot out toward the top of middle. Bomb planted yet again, and he's got nothing much to work with, nor 4. Continues to get away. He actually got through the vent and almost caught JW, but not much available. AK, sure, but he would have been chased down immediately by Fnatic if he'd done so. 5-0. Great start this time by as well.
Nothing to really write home about here. Nice spray control. About the highlight of the round there. Lots of AK sprays coming in. Double AWP setup though. MBK and Kenny S. On a map that hasn't been too forgiving for them in recent times. We'll go into round number 6 here. Is there any sort of change of setup? MBK holds solo towards B. So that's the adjustment. Kenny S still on the connector. So both AWPs focusing on that side of the map. Lekro and flush up. Smoked out of the B apartments for now, but it doesn't look like it'll slow them down just yet. They'll be holding up and seeing if there's any sort of aggression from the CTs. The bomb's still down in spawn, so won't be committing anytime soon, just trying to bleed out any sort of utility the CTs has. As you can see, even with the maximum loss bonus, still not fully equipped. Only 1 player with a defuse kit. Need to start winning some rounds now, G2. Apex using the jump towards the B area, trying to get some intel there. Going to spot a couple of them now, take some damage, drops the smoke. Will they commit? Nade will go in, that'll do a lot of damage. There it is, a ton of damage, Matt.
Flush it down to 50. Shox M4 ready. JW gets baited into the shots early enough, and good awareness from JW to look away from it. Nades in. Shox backs off. And Fnatic looking to extend the lead, but Kenny S has other ideas. AWP is well positioned towards CT and no utility. They keep going for contact on that angle as JW walks in. The same result, or the same utility and lack thereof, I should say. JW wins out, rather, taking down his duel, and Apex wins out his against Lekro. Only the shot back from Crimson gives them back within 1, but Kenny is still posting from CT. He's been missing a few shots from there.
Absolutely has. He hasn't been 100% on point, that's for sure. Let's see whether he can bounce back. Apex certainly can. Nice shot once again with that M4A4. It's been such a headline act for G2 in the last month or so. Just flush out, trying to get that bomb down. Might even be able to do it. Fakes it out. Trying to see if Kenny will take the bait. He will. I think after committing to that, Wanted to maybe hold it a bit. Round not winnable now from Flush unless he kills his last player. Could actually happen.
Oh my god, he chased him down. Good awareness though from Apex not to re-peek it. That would have been the most disastrous way to win the round. But G2 finally get on the board. They do so with only one player staying alive,
yeah,
mind
that's not
you.
Great. The thing is, Flusher knows he can't win at that point. He thinks I can kill a couple of them. They'll have FAMASs,
Even
SMGs.
if you got him after the round, obviously that doesn't affect the CT money and that they'll still get money, but it means he would have had to buy out another M4. It still would have been beneficial.
Well, look at it. It's FAMAS, MP9, no orb recovered there, so those kills are absolutely everything for Flusher. He probably gets him a reset here, and that's going to give them 2 extra rounds.
May do, and it would force out map 3 potentially, or at least be a great start in doing so. As Shox is pushed all the way up. Flusher needs to peek it, and he will. Just wanted the way out as a consequence of looking at the window first, and he gets away with it cleanly.
This is not looking too good for G2, I have to say. Smokes down towards the A side, and Kenny knows he has to make something happen. Remember, he did not get an AWP. This is out of the crosshair. Crims just sneaks by him. The FAMAS will get 1, but surely nothing more. Lecro trading out, and Fnatic just looks savage on this map. There'll be 2 players remaining for G2. There's got nothing to work with there, really. MBK drops. That's the MP9 out of his hands. Bomb planted, round over. Double eco coming in for G2.
It's certainly going to be the situation as Apex goes down, so Fnatic, after you said it didn't look convincing at all on Cash, are responding tremendously on Mirage. A map that traditionally has been very good for Fnatic, especially for that man who almost ignored Yumpy. Crims, connector, solid. Seeing the T side, but I'm sure when we get over to CT, if there's even a CT side to be played, if they continue on in this fashion, we're not going to have that many rounds.
Definitely not. And this is a force buy from GT. Remember, they're just going all in. It'll be double eco regardless. It means your money's still going to be weak when you do recover. This is far from ideal. Much better though from Fnatic. Shouldn't be too much to report in this round. They have got the pistols, the armor, a little bit of utility on the CT side, but overall I expect Fnatic maybe to give up 2 kills tops, bomb to go down. They'll be heading in towards that B side. At least that's where the bomb is for now. MBK alone on that side of the map. Kenny does rotate in. He's got the 5-7 waiting in the apartments there. Another G2 player giving that weapon a go. You'd prefer a CZ in that particular position.
Okay. Watch the T-model just snap back and nail Kenny as he gets up on top of the Cinder. Like he was going to be caught out by the pistol. Speaking of, MBK can't hit from the corner. It's Lecro to slide underneath and spot. And he'll part the seas and run through the flames and toward the jail position. As Flusher will plant the bomb and the round will go again to Fnatic.
Like I said, a couple of kills, perhaps just 1. In this case, Shoxy might be able to take down Crims. He'll be a hell of a shot to CZ. Does some good damage, but can't find the killing blow. And it will be round number 9. Has to be full eco for the French squad. This is not looking too good. 8-1. Almost guaranteed at this point. I think a timeout has to be done next round. Let's work out what's going on here. We'll have a look at the scoreboard. I'm sure you know where it's going to be sitting, but Body 1-8, NBK 2-8. Kenny S 3, Shox 4, Apex 4. No one really turning up on the G2 side whatsoever. 10 kills for Crims, 3 deaths at the very top of the Fnatic side, 8 for Golden, same story for JW Lecro, and 5 for Flusher. Once again, Fnatic posting decent numbers across the board. Didn't help them out too much on cash, but this is much better. Losing their opponent's map pick is nothing to be too embarrassed about. There's no risk guaranteed to win this one at this stage. 8-1 coming in, and G2 not looking convincing as of yet.
As of yet, as Lecro gets the shot on his Shox, MBK still with the pistol, so too with Apex. Will try and do what they can toward middle, but not even going to get any damage done toward Flusher, who sits with the AK-47. Apex, he might try and be clever and go in to at least hit the bomb plant, or not that it would deny the plant with such amount of time still on the clock, but it would be a great way to catch one player off without a gun in his hand. He does manage to get Golden. He'll get a gun in the next round. He'll get one sooner if he can get toward the AK, but so far reluctant to do so. He'll run back and spot the vent instead. Certainly Flusher can hear him from that range. Certainly can hear that and spot the metal. Great falling out, if you want to call it that. The sheets of metal.
Yeah.
The scraps.
Whoever repaired that hole did a very bad job, didn't they?
There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza.
Yeah.
You know that one.
Then fix it.
My dad used to sing that to me as a kid. And my mom would sing me Teddy Bear Picnic. Do you know that one?
If you
go down in the woods today,
yes,
you're sure of a great surprise. Yeah, it's great.
Creamy Bears waiting in the woods.
Yes, they are.
Having a picnic. As we get into round number 10, it will be the AWP of Kenny S. Up against a few towards middle. It looks like he might be set up here, though. Will they dare extend towards short? JW giving him the game out just yet. I think he just spotted a little boot there, seeing if anything is available. Shoxy will find one. Aggressive once again towards middle. Apex chiming in. Might not be all over just yet. Kenny not able to do damage through all that. Grim's fighting back, but not for long. Shoxy's been so good for G2 in this series so far. The default finally thwarted, and MBK can't find the killing blow there, but little grenade. Nice idea. Flush at 11 HP. And Shoxy and T-Spawn. This is looking like a very good round now for G2. They want to make sure they survive with good numbers, though. 4 would be amazing. Shoxy presumably finds this kill on Flusher. Will the timings work out for him? Time will tell. Such a small amount of time between him not seeing him there, but he still could even find the double kill.
Shox is going to get an easy spray down. I like how he waited for Lekro to look over.
Wants to see the white of his eyes first. Say hello.
This will be the last thing you ever see, son.
8-2. Double orb set up again. Kenny S and Shoxy this time. MBK, pretty quiet game from him. 2 kills, 9 deaths. Body 1 for 10. But Shoxy now finds his 8th kill. Not over just yet. Can still come back and maybe get 6 rounds on the board. You never know. It's going to be an AXQ from Fnatic. They've got so much freedom to do whatever they want. Been running default so far. Pincers towards the A-bomb site. A couple of B attempts. They haven't tried the full AXQ on a gun round. And you'll see a lot of teams do this. When Mirage has got a little bit boring in the sense of it's so easy to go for one of these executes. Every team pretty much does it the same way. Now flash over. Smokes to go in. Apex and Shox to receive.
Flashes out. Pushing through, gets caught off by Body, and he's going to hold as well. Between the smokes, drops in, knows they're close, tried to use the footsteps to echolocate, but it's Golden with the spray down instead. The pistol, not sufficient, and Kenny S not at the ready, expecting his teammate would have won the duel. Speaking of, they do make up for it. Shox finds 2, MBK with 1, it's down to just JW, and the bomb drops. Shox just has to babysit, and we get another round for G2 at least.
It was well recovered. It seemed like Golden did everything there. There he's on your screen right now, sort of. And he gets 2 kills as he pushes the smoke there, but MBK and Shoxy go into town. A couple of kills through the smoke there, finding the bomb, leaving the remaining T in a pretty unwinnable situation. Round number 12 coming through. Money's still strong for Fnatic. Still got another buy, even more than that, perhaps. As G2 still pretty much fully invested. The rounds they're winning. Sure, they've won 2 in a row now, but 4 players survive before, then 2. All the grenades coming in and trying to rebalance with the weapons saved. It's still going to be expensive for them. They win this one, they'll start establishing themselves and potentially break Fnatic down to a partial buy sort of play. Good shot by Shoxy. He's been the main orb for them so far, if I'm honest.
Kenny's not having the greatest of days, that's for certain. As once again, Golden tries to spray in through Connector. Down to 15 HP, he's got to be careful in this situation, so they'll re-smoke in the middle to give them more time to try and crack this Connector position. They spotted the gun barrel, surely! He goes through and finds Shox. He gets damage, but can't finish the kill.
Shoxy's still here, and wow, for good reason, as he gets the no-scope headshot on towards Golden. Pretty brutal stuff, 4 versus 3. 1 minute remaining, only 1 flashbang and 2 Molotovs for the Fnatic side. The bomb is in the back of Flusher. He's in the B apartments right now as Body explores towards T-Spawn. Hasn't really done much at all here in this first half. They'll flash over and maybe go for the B pin to Lekro, just making sure they can't be shot in the back. Crims, that is, as he goes towards short. Flusher will presumably wait for his teammates to get some intel. And he will check behind him. That's where Body is at least flirting with heading towards. 35 seconds here. They need to make their mind up. Time is ticking away quite dramatically at this point. Body does not go through the apartments. He opts towards top and middle. This could work out quite nicely. Flusher still not committing. As we come out to the 20-second mark, he'll just come through the apartments here. And Body will be hot on his heels. MBK and Kenny S waiting in the B side. This looks like a guaranteed GT round for me. First kill comes in. Now Kenny S can focus on the apartments, knowing there's only 10 seconds. They still have to get out of this area. MBK denies that. Lekro alive. Could find both the kills here, but no. MBK will be winning the round once again. 2 kills for him. Recovers the AWP. Now the money's starting to look good, and a pause coming in for Fnatic. Like I said, they've got 1 more buy available. Actually, maybe a bit more. They've got 8K on flush out. That's a nice no-scope from Shoxy. He would be traded out, but definitely worth. 8-4 is your scoreline.
Still convincing as G2 starts to at least close the gap and make a contest out of it. Gives themselves a chance in the second half as well, remember.
Yeah, they needed to win the pistol the second half at this point, but they can get like 5, 6 rounds. That'll be cool.
Well, remember, Cobblestone is the last remaining map. G2's had some good success on it. Smiths, rumor has it, he'll be the one to step in. Shocks, when he goes out with surgery, he'll play this event. He'll play, I think, 1 more week in Pro League, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I was told, at least by MBK. It might even be a little bit more than that, maybe 10 days until such time that he has surgery. I'm not exactly sure of the date. But if Smiths were to step back in, it'll be interesting to see how he acclimates himself back into being a player again. Smoke down bottom of mid. Kenny, will go try and look above that. Lekro first to arrive, manages to jump across the op, but not by much. And the nade is a smart throw, but I think Lekro was almost anticipating that, playing his positioning.
He played in front of the mid boxes there. He's like, well, I'll be exposed, but at least I'll avoid the HE. The dunk coming in from that grenade body. Waits by the A ramp. It's such a scary position to play. If they walk through or flash in, can find himself in a lot of trouble here. Same story for Apex. His flusher executes him in the window. Number 13, the dying stage is now the first half. Body, AK-47, decides to push through. It's a messy push though. Find out where the bomb is. It's a 3 versus 3 still. Nice shot from Kenny S there. Knows there's another one towards the A-ramp, spots the elbow. And for now, just trying to find the A-ramp control, which he does. They'll get the bomb, but now they know as a player's in towards Palace. 2 versus 2 now. Shoxy can pretty much guarantee A-ramp is clear. There's been 2 kills in that position. They've got the bomb. The remaining Ts will find himself at jungle and the Palace area. MBK needs to be very careful with his positioning here, and he drops down at the right time. Shoxy continues that strong form. Is it enough? My God, it is. 3 more kills for Shoxy, the in-game leader. That wrist doesn't seem to be a problem at the moment, Matt. Every single round seems to be unbelievable for him.
Certainly looking. This is about as crisp as we get from Shocks. Very, very convincing.
Are you sure you need that surgery? We can't afford to lose.
That's the thing. It's so disappointing because he's about to hit another level, I feel like. And I've often said this of Shocks. He, like Simple, like Nico, can dominate and manipulate the outcome of games single-handedly. We don't see that enough from him anymore.
It's so cool to see him in this sort of form right now. It's deadly. Like we said, 1 more buy for Fnatic. This will be G2. Potentially finally getting on an Eco for round number 15 here. It's been a real grind for them, but fair play. They've got back into it. Apex top and middle. All 5 players for Fnatic at the A ramp. They'll go for an Executor sword. They haven't got all the grenades to work with here. Shoxy reading that quite well, knowing they might not have a Molotov in the sandwich area. That's all said there. Baited in by Kenny this time. Spots 1, takes down Crims, and they'll fall back. The Execute came in, but it's all a fake, but one that won't be realized, I don't think. Kenny S with both kills. All the smokes expended. MBK alone in towards B, but they've got time for the rotations here. 3 players from Fnatic make their way in. As long as MBK gets 1 and maybe just delays the plan a little bit, that would be great. Very defensive position. Nails the shot, and that should be the round completed. Round number 15 will be just pistols for Fnatic, and we have got a game on our hands. Remember, the scoreline was 8-1, and now 8-6. Crims can't believe what's happened here. They haven't really posted many frags in the last few rounds. Kenny S starting to wake up with the AWP. MBK shutting it down. Like I said, just get 1 kill, deny the plant, that'd be great. He goes 1 better, gets 2, and stops the plant completely. So better than pistols with the loss bonus coming in. Now maximum loss bonus. They'll get UMPs, Galils, AKs, so didn't actually have to eco once this half map. That's pretty godlike. Kenny S fumbling the jump there. It might cost him. Wanted to jump up towards short. Smoke coming in, and that's brave from JW. Does get intel before the smoke blooms, but still a very good chance to play like Kenny S can take him down. Shoxy will be found. 5-on-4. Nades towards B. There's going to be committing to this. Good nade though. Lots of damage. MBK with a good chance to find maybe more than 1, but doesn't even get that. Apex will struggle. Last round, no saving here. Looks like 9-6 half will be very possible.
Toward middle, Kenny stuck in the window with the bomb already down. JW will dispose of him, and the round, I'm afraid, over. 9-6 looking our likely scoreline at half as JW confirms it. The shot down connector, clean, easy. Just like you, Henry. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
It will be a sigh of relief there from JW. The very final round comes in their favor after losing 5 or 6 in a row. G2 look like they're out of map number 2 here, but they managed to get back into at least make it competitive. The pistol will mean everything. Can they pick it up and get their first pistol of the series? We'll find out after the break.
Intel Extreme Masters.
Well, Henry, all is fair at Love and War. And that's basically where we are between these two teams, because love them or hate them, they're going at it in the server. It's 9-6 for Fnatic on the second map. They need to win this to force out Cobblestone. But G2 did have a bit of a late charge in the second part of the first half, the second quarter.
A resurgence.
If we go with that.
Yeah.
Certainly. Found a few rounds after being down 8-1, they finished 9-6.
Yeah, not too bad at all. If they can win this pistol, they're right back in this game, certainly. They've looked like the better squad today overall, but Fnatic giving themselves a fighting chance to take it to Cobblestone here. 5 sets of armor for G2, not a single upgraded pistol or any sort of grenade, of course, not even a decoy to work with as they go into a solid default. There is a diffuse kit for Golden, and interestingly, an HE grenade, not the smoke. So what's he got planned there? Presumably, he'll be playing maybe towards a ramp, or he'll actually be at the CT spawn area waiting for some sort of execution to try and dump it on their head. There he is. Bomb still down in T-spawn for G2 here, as MPK waits patiently at the end of Palace. Apex at the A ramp. Shoxy will rotate into that side of the map, so an A split looking very likely. This is the second pistol we've seen no smokes or any grenades on Mirage. That is very rare, let me tell you. A new approach to the map. There's the HE grenade as mentioned, and Crims will get the first shot. Once again, G2 looking sloppy in these pistols, and Fnatic making a good case to take us to a third. 5-on-3, not over just yet, but I don't see a way that they get back in this. Not a single smoke for spawn or anything like that. Good shot by Shoxy. There's an opening. Oh, Lecro's read this very well.
Yeah, speaking of openings, hold the one on the wall, the hole through to CT, gets covered down. It's Kenny S that falls, body the last alive, making a lot of noise as well as he goes toward the window. It's already been heard, and Flusha getting the kill gives Fnatic 4 for 4 pistols in the series. Now, on top of that, we're on their map, and they've seemingly gotten more of a game plan on it, so that could bode well for them to force out Cobble.
Force buy presumably coming in. 4 out of 4 pistols against G2. That is a nightmare. You often see the Orgona, Ocelot, on Twitter just saying, not winning pistols again as usual. Like, it's like an ongoing thing for him when he watches his team. And it rings true again. Unfortunately for him, as they'll be in a force buy situation once more. Scout shots coming in. JW not landing just yet. Good grenade towards the end of pass. Doesn't find too much damage. Just one. Eagle's always deadly on Mirage. Just needs that opening. G2 very well versed with them. Another decent HE grenade. This one should do a bit more damage. Certainly so. down to 64 now. Scout trying to do some work.
Trying to get the pistol-only DM servers, I think. Weird thing is they'll win pistols, or rather, excuse me, they'll fail to win pistols and then win ecos. They certainly could win ecos. Shocks with 2 Deagles will head in. Unfortunately, a bit of a miscommunication as he looks toward Kenny. That position was already cleared, and therefore no one watching towards CT spawn. It allows the kills to be returned. Apex that wants to try and close it. Find the 2 remaining, but can't quite. So Fnatic get number 11, but costly affair in doing so.
Well, there we go. It will be 2-0. Definitely a chance there with Shoxy's Deagle. Remember the rounds he's having in Kiev, Matt. Some of the most unbelievable Deagle rounds you'll ever see. He won them a lot of the games. Nice shot. Shock said by Crims there. He says thank you, but ultimately doesn't equate to a round victory here. So 3-0 was certainly coming in, 12-6 that will be. G2, a lot of work to do here as they just rush towards the apartments. There'll just be one player with a flashbang, I'd assume, yes, Shoxy. He'll be flashing them out. A knife attempt there. It did actually stab. That's really weird. The bomb actually might get planted here. Not meant to be there. Nice attempt by MBK to get some extra cash, but clean stuff by Crims. 3 kills and denying the plan. There'll be about $4,500 per player on the GT side. If they want to get an AWP, it'll be complete glass cannon. Kenny S can afford it with 5k. I doubt he gets it. Oh, he proves me wrong. And he'll get it with just a smoke. We'll see if it can cause any sort of impact in round number 19 here. Fnatic win this. That could be the game. G2's campaign starts right here and right now.
Well, we'll see if the upgrade to the weapons makes a difference for G2. AWP for Kenny, and I'm waiting for him to arrive. He certainly hasn't in this series, if my opinion counts for anything. I think statistics would back that up. Saw him miss quite a few shots in the first half. JW's gonna miss one. Everything's off. And B, that gives Body the angle. What a shot!
Filthy. Well, they collapse on the side right away. Flush up. Well, at least deny that idea. 5 versus 4. Body. Very nice play towards the apartments there. JW just got his clock cleaned.
Hopefully it works now. It didn't that time. Flasha goes back into the smoke to try and spray down the same corridor. Body's left on 9, but he gets away. It's still the advantage there for G2. And they'll take that advantage and chop the map. Right now, the window in mid looks tasty. They do have Black Row boosted up to a spot above that. Therefore, can see toward connector, but he can't convert the spray to a kill that it might. Ooh, not quite. It shocks that it lands on. Apex went to its left and therefore wasn't found.
Still the advantage, but not clear when they'll finish up the round and fully commit towards the A side. Should be coming in momentarily, though. Golden waits towards Shadow, and Crims doing the damage here. Golden finds another bomb down. He should get this kill as well. Body drops, and it's looking very good now as Lekro comes in, and G2 can't get rolling here, Mirage, whatsoever. It was said on the desk that Apex calls for them on Mirage, and it's a map that doesn't really work out well for them at all. 13-6, 2 players survive for Fnatic. Lost bonus getting there, but no bomb plan means they have to take a partial buy or a full eco here. Jumpy will give out the fist bumps. It's looking very good now for a third map. Will G2 buy anything here? Deagles. Armor getting a maximum loss bonus next round, which is $3,400. On the T side, you can have about $1,800 and still have a strong buy. Kenny S doesn't really buy anything. His teammates with the armor, he just gets the upgraded pistol, so he'll have $2,300 right now, so he'll have enough for an AWP and armor into the next round. Pretty much their last chance of denying the third map. Obviously smoked out. Another default with these pistols. Never discount them though, but maybe they won't even get a chance. Flusher takes down 1. He's got the AWP this time, and it's a double AWP set up for the CT forces. Golden. UMP close range. Looks like it will be very beneficial in this particular instance as he gets 1, and that should be the round at this point. Body takes down Lekro. Flashbang to come in. It's actually well placed, and the run around the corner and nade in. That should be the end of Kenny. Ooh, down to 9. Not quite. Doesn't even want to use his AWP, Flusher.
No, why not? The Deagle's, the hand cannon, I mean, it would work. And he's got 9 HP in this situation. 13 about to become 14, and I'd say, I said this in Kiev, and I almost, well, I did end up beating my words, I'm not going to lie. I said, get ready for train, and then Simple went nuts, and we almost never got to train. So get ready for Cobblestone.
Sure.
ladies and gentlemen. Simple's not in the server. Shocks maybe could do something, but
Did you see the stats? HLT
yeah, he's like 1.37
last
with
3
plus
months.
394 or something like that.
He's just owning everyone in terms of current
It's not
form.
fair.
Like,
I think we need to change the game somehow to prevent him from dominating like that.
Usually you'd expect his teams winning all the tournaments and everything. They did get to the final, sure, in Kiev, but the fact he's got those sort of stats, they're still not winning. Like, it's unreal how he's head and shoulders above everyone else right now. What a guy. Krieg out. 4 AKs, no orb. Definitely could have afforded one. They'll be going for an A play here. Shoxy gets towards the connector, setting up smoke swap city area, and it's the UMP takes down MBK and his Krieg there. Molotovs will come in. This could be a very early game. Lots of damage inflicted. 5 on 4. Shoxy will get 1, and Golden can't find any more luck with the Krieg than MBK can. 3 on 3 as they pull one back.
JW still with the AWP is going to post behind the ticket booth and wait for Lycro perhaps to get further information before he peeks out. No bomb plant as of yet, so there's no need to force the issue. He certainly will look behind the smoke. Gets in position well. Ahead of the time in which Body would have presumed him to do so. He was still looking toward Connector, in fact, and with the bomb in his hands, it's now down in the sight. This could be round 15 for Fnatic. Certainly a tall order to get it back, especially now that the bomb's gone forward of the window. Shocks knows what Flush is up to, but he's got a long way to go. 44 seconds, it's possible.
It is possible, especially when he's alive in the 2 versus 1. But B bomb site completely open, and Lekro and JW will be allowing that to happen just to make sure they enter the situation together. Bomb should be planted in, safely for short. Good play by Lekro, not to overcommit. And he'll be actually punished there. Shoxy now 3 kills in the round. Could he keep them alive once again? JW, AK in hand, and no idea as to where Shoxy's gone. Has he pushed the kitchen? Has he managed to make his way towards those refrigerator units? Doesn't look like it. Still plenty of time. He can justify walking. He might even find Shoxy in the back. He does. And he knows what that means. That's probably going to be Cobblestone now. Another round for Fnatic. It's going to be 6-0 here in the second half. Cobblestone almost 100% now. I said almost. You never know. And with the lost bonus, they can buy once again. But haven't really arrived here at all. Remember, Fnatic did win both pistols. Always going to be a rough game, but the gun rounds haven't even looked that convincing, really. Another map where G2 will slip by the wayside here. KennyS brings out the orb. Krieg once again for MBK. No orb on the CT side. Will this be their opening? Time will tell.
So Kenny to hold the angle from A main. Flames in front of him and below in front of him. So that's the same thing, but we can get a little bit closer there in the second bounce, Henry. That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Krieg again for MBK gets Golden. You see its appearance.
They'll commit. Last chance, of course. 1-4 technically favors them. KennyS looks towards the connector, but Crims once again takes down MBK. Flashbangs in, bomb planted, decent bomb. Flash up, can hit them all around him. Knows there's going to be one player towards the sandwich area. Good flash from Body, sorry, not MBK. He's already dead. Molotov coming. This is looking quite good now. Body, Kenny. Finding kills up to Crims, might as well go for the clutch. And he's not going to get it. Apex with a lovely shot there towards the stairs. At least keeps him alive for a couple more rounds. I'll have a look at the money for the Fnatic side. Yeah, I don't think they can justify a buy here. Take the eco. Round number 23. Oh, are they forcing this? Let's have a look. No, just go for the basket.
There's no need for it.
No, definitely not. And take the money about the 3.
Not with MBK's Krieg all the way back to the AK, so the
probably do the best.
Well, the hero gun's gone. I admire that he's trying to make it a thing. Not that he's, I don't think he cares if anyone else does it. I think he just wants to do it for his own amusement. Yeah. Something different, perhaps. And now for something completely different. Shocks to take out Flusha. It's a Monty Python reference.
Oh, there you go.
Do you know who's a big Monty Python fan? Sebastian Vettel.
I don't know pretty much about him, so I can't say I did know that. Lekro will have a deagle shot there. 3 versus 4. Remember, they didn't really have to do much of this round. If they can find maybe a couple more kills, make things uncomfortable for G2, that'd be something, but looked like GT should be able to win the round. At least find 8. They'll need 7 in a row after that just to force overtime. Cobblestone will be quite a mixed bag. Both teams play it. I'd give the edge to G2 though. It's one of their home maps. As Apex makes his way towards the connector. A split coming in. 3 players at the air ramp with the bomb. And the Deagles definitely with a chance. Golden pretty handy with it. We'll see what he can do.
Golden's in good position. AWP's in better one apparently as Kenny slides in. It's Crims that'll sit back on CT. Deagle in hand, and now the round, I think, pretty much writes the rest itself. One more on Lycro. Crims does serve to make it exciting for a moment, but only a moment. Kenny looking alive all of a sudden. Is there enough left in that to force out overtime?
We will see. I doubt it very much. As the fullback comes in again for the Fnatic side. JW, just to note, no armor to work with here. Looking to close things out with some fast AWP shots. It's a good spawn though for Kenny with the AWP. As he runs towards middle, it looks like he will not. He's going to try and beat the player towards B and see if he can catch him jumping up, get in front of the smoke perhaps. Even goes towards the underpass. Doesn't even go for that. Looking for anyone getting aggressive here. No one jumping down. There is a player towards top of middle there. That's JW. Gets himself towards Delpan in fact. The shot will be punished for it. Remember, he had no armor. So as soon as he was detected, as soon as a bullet hits him in the body, it's what we call aim punch. It sends a crosshair towards the air. It's very detrimental on the AWP especially. It's even more impactful. There's MBK once again in that palace with the scoped rifle. Yes, doesn't have to do too much here. A little bit exposed for now. Once again in a better position. Flasher waiting for anyone boosting up in the smoke.
The ACOG scope zoomed in, but it can't find the shot. Crims takes down MBK, levels the score in the round, and certainly gives Fnatic a chance to try and close this again now that they're back onto the weapons. Still lots of time for them to do so. No need to force the issue. Crims is going to get the SG in his hands. Let's see what he's got. Meanwhile, Golden still holds the internals of the A site with Crims trying to flank through Palace. That opens up mid as a possibility, especially with the very passive stance at B. That's now going to be where they're heading. Kenny's already at catwalk. Essentially, Fnatic should be aware of the fact they've left catwalk open. They don't have much room to move because when they do, they're going to be caught to a crossfire. Body gets both from the window. Kenny never had to do anything about it, and he's struggling to find a place to plant, but go slightly wide, make it more visible from window, and that's where Apex wants to hold because he stays in the apartments, and it's Golden that has to run away.
Well, this could go the distance now. G2 waking up just in the nick of time. One player surviving for now is going to be Golden. 18 kills for him. Everyone fragging decently on the Fnatic side once more, but 3 players surviving for G2. JW tried to end it by himself with a push towards top middle with the AWP. And Golden will get one more. Not a huge deal in terms of the money. G2 will be able to buy regardless. They can't really give much up. It's not amazing in terms of the cash, but 2 players surviving. They can still drop weapons. Kenyes will probably want to hold on for that AWP. Can't really justify giving that one up. 1 AK is fine though. Bomb goes off. Not quite double digits just yet. 15-9. Cash for Fnatic in the bin once more, but Golden has managed to save an AK-47. There's MBK on the screen right now. Adjusting the headset there. Golden admired G2 MBK's commitment to the Krieg. Always seems that the French scene are trying to find new weapon metas. I wouldn't say it's a meta right now as one player using it, but it's not like it's awful or anything. It's fine. I just don't think he could... It's not making him any stronger compared to an AK, is my problem with it. It costs more. So ultimately, it doesn't do that much for me. I'm not excited by it.
No, again, when he messaged me on Twitter, and it's public, you can all see it, he basically said along the lines of, you know, it shoots faster, better first bullet accuracy, but it's overall addicting. I said, that's the only one that matters. He said, yes. So I can understand trying to change it up for the sake of it. When you're playing at this level, that's almost just taking unnecessary risk. Golden with 1 team kill does actually benefit G2, but surprisingly, they're getting kills back in their direction that almost offset that difference as JW still inside of the site, found 2, but then goes down. It's another round to G2, and they'll hit double digits. So I guess case in, or more to the point, to summarize, if you will, Henry, I think he just wants to do it because it's something novel for him.
Yeah, I get it. I just get so many tweets and stuff about it, and people mentioning it. It's definitely a talking point sometimes. He's currently on 11 kills, 21 deaths. It's not like he's doing amazing work for him. But he's got an AWP this round on the T side. Double AWP setup. You do see that from time to time. We saw Astralis attempt a 3-man AWP setup yesterday in overtime. Didn't work out too well for them. Flashbangs in, JW doesn't have the AWP here. Their money's not actually too great. They've got one defuse kit. And this could go overtime now, round by round. G2 grinding this one out. Fnatic just hoping they get that opening. 5 in a row. This round could make it 4. Considering their bite, might be the case. 2 smokes, make it 3 remaining on the Fnatic side. A couple of flashbangs, 1 kit. As kennyS explores his options towards this A ramp. Apex getting information from his teammate, knows he can just walk up at least towards like Tetris or this corner. Golden always in the shadow area. He's actually pretty handy here. As you can see, gets 1. No trade.
No trade at all for Kenny to take back toward the site. Meanwhile, nades out. He can't force anyone into the position where he can find a kill either. NBK, desperate. Smoked off, fires into it. And Fnatic are being very patient, I have to say, about closing this game, and especially now that they've got the 1-man advantage discipline. Sit back to the site and let them walk toward their positions. Good kill for Crims. He only lost a fraction of HP, and again, we mentioned it, he's very good in that connector position. Shows us why. Golden goes down to Kenny, but Crims has already switched his angle. Flashed as he is, however. Free Fire's expecting Tetris to be more of a possibility. That gives away where he was, but not where he is. And Lekro's also on the backside of MBK with a good one in mid. It's now 15 HP, 19 seconds, and map number 3.
Yep, map number 3 was guaranteed with this particular scenario. He doesn't even have time to plant unless they both run to him with knives out. He won't have any sort of chance. The bomb cannot be planted at this point, and he even misses the sit-out. So that's going to be it. 3rd map guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic have done it. Got a little bit scary there towards the end with 4 rounds in a row from G2. Got them warmed up somewhat, a little bit more, I guess, but overall, that was much better from Fnatic. kennyS is looking cold. 13 kills, 21 deaths. MBK with that at Krieg once again, 12 kills, 22 deaths. And Fnatic, great game from Crims. Almost gets the 30 bomb there, and we go to Cobblestone. It's going to be a bloody affair. Who will come out on top? We're not exactly sure, but we'll take it to our desk to find out.
Intel Extreme Masters.